DIY. I'm Leah, and I'm so glad to have you here. If this is your first time joining us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below because you don't want to miss out on any of the Southern Yankee DIY projects, room renovations, or budget-savvy home decor. Today we've got something extra special planned for y'all. We teamed up with some of our incredibly talented YouTube friends to bring y'all some red, white, and blue 4th of July projects and crafts. I think you're going to absolutely love them, so I'll go ahead and tag my friends below, check them out, and be sure to tell them that we sent you. Now let's get started on what we have for you today. A DIY red, white, and blue American flag tray. It's super simple and really budget savvy, so I know y'all are gonna love it. Let's get started. I got this little wooden tray from Lowe's. It came completely unfinished, so I started by giving it just a coat of white spray paint. Then we can go ahead and get started. These little trays are available in the wood aisle. They are actually for tabletops, but we are going to make a tray out of it and it's gonna be super cute. I went ahead and cut out some stars on my Cricut machine. My Cricut machine cuts out all of my fancy stickers and all of my writing because freehand I'm just not very good. But you could use regular star stickers for this project. It definitely does not have to be from the Cricut machine. Now we're going to go ahead and place our vinyl stars on the tray. I'm going to place mine in the upper left-hand corner because I want this tray to resemble an American flag. But go ahead and get creative and stick your vinyl or your stickers anywhere on the tray in any cool pattern you want. I just want mine to look and resemble an American flag. Make sure that when you're applying your stickers or your vinyl that you're really pressing down on it firmly. Use a credit card. Now that our stickers are in place, we're gonna go ahead and give the tray a coat of red spray paint. I used Rust-Oleum, but whatever red speaks to you, go ahead and use that one. This will take about 2 coats just because you wanna make sure the red is on there evenly and pretty dark, covering the white. After our paint dries, we're gonna go ahead and use some frog tape to make our stripes. Leave your white stickers on because they need to stay on for our next coat of spray paint. I went ahead and pre-cut this little spacer out of paper. This can be any size you want it to be. Mine's about 2 inches, which is basically the amount of space 2 layers of frog tape that will take up. I just wanted my stripes to be kind of even, but go ahead and play around with that measurement also. I just worked my way down the board using my little spacer and applying 2 strips of frog tape as I went. Now this is just the general purpose frog tape. They also have like a sensitive surface frog tape that I think would have worked great also, but this one usually works out pretty good for me on painted surfaces, but I do know that they have a specialty one if that interests you. Don't forget to use your spacer in between every single set of stripes because you want them to be nice and even. You can take them as far across the board as you want. Once I got past the stars, I went all the way across the board. And don't be too worried about the edges right now. I tried multiple times to spray paint them during the process and then tape them off, and none of that really worked. So at the end, you'll see what we're gonna do about those edges, but for now, we're just not gonna worry about them. Now that our stripes are on, we're gonna go ahead and give it a coat of blue spray paint. Again, I used Rust-Oleum. Use whatever brand or shade of blue you'd like. Just make sure you have it all covered very, very well, just like the red. You don't want any peek through on the blue stripe areas. Cover the board completely, and again, don't worry about the edges. Once the blue paint was all dry, I went ahead and used my Cricut weeder to start taking off my tape and my vinyl. If you don't have a Cricut weeder, I still recommend using something like tweezers to take off your tape because you don't want to accidentally gouge into an area that you want the paint to stay on, and it just makes it super simple if you can have a really sharp edge to pull up all of your tape and all of your vinyl or your stickers. Now we'll go ahead and take off our star vinyl. This is definitely where you're going to need something sharp like tweezers or like the Cricut weeder because these are underneath 2 layers of paint and they're definitely on there well. No matter how hard you press down on those vinyl pieces or those stickers, there still may be a little bit of bleed through of the spray paint. Don't panic, we're gonna go ahead and use a Q-tip or a craft paintbrush and just fill in with a little bit of white paint. I just used the plain white paint I had from a Valspar sample paint jar. As long as it's like a bright white, you really won't be able to tell the difference once it dries, I promise. So don't panic about matching the paints exactly. Now we'll go ahead and start tackling the edges once you have your stars all filled in and perfected like you like them to be. The edge is easier just to do now. I guess you could have technically taped off at the beginning, but I have tried that and it just didn't work out very well. So I find that painting the edges after you're all done is just the best way to go. I used the same paint that I did to touch up the stars, and I'm just going to take a regular paintbrush and go along the edges. Just make sure that your top line is nice and crisp. It's actually very easy to stay in the line on these round trays because there is a little bit of a divot at the top, so it should be pretty simple to follow along the outside. Now that the painting portion of our project is all done, it's time to go ahead and attach our handles. I got these for $1.50 at Lowe's. I went with silver. They also have a really pretty black option. It's totally up to you in whatever kind of style you're going for with your tray. Basically, I just make sure that they are even on the board. 7 inches is exactly half of the board, so I just make sure that my handles are in that general vicinity. I'm not super crazy about exactly where the handles go. As long as it looks good to me, that's good enough. If you are going to be using this tray for outdoor use, I would go ahead and seal it also before you put the handles on and after everything's all dry. That way it's going to be waterproof for you. I usually do seal my trays, I just haven't done this one yet. That's it, y'all. A fun, easy 4th of July red, white, and blue flag tray. I hope y'all love this project. It's super simple and would make a great hostess gift for this 4th of July barbecue that you're gonna go to. I hope y'all loved this project, and don't forget to check out my friends' projects. I'll go ahead and link them below and tell them that we sent you. I'm so glad y'all joined us for this project, and I hope y'all have a very, very happy 4th of July.